Hello everyone, I'm Darkest Dawn and welcome to the first video of my super mega uberhood. So if you don't already know what a super mega uberhood is, I mean, most people just call it a mega hood or an uberhood, but you know, I gotta be all extra. Anyway, it's when you merge all of the pre-made hoods, which of course are Pleasant View, Strangetown, Veronaville, Downtown, Blue Water Village, Desiderata Valley, River Blossom Hills, and Belladonna Cove, including the pre-made Sims, into one integrated hood. What makes it super mega, in my opinion, is that I'm also adding the life stories, the pet stories, the castaway stories, and the beta hood Riverside into the rotation. And again, this includes all of the Sims as well. These hood templates can be found from Meet Me to the River on Tumblr, the hood building group at Mod the Sims, the Riverside group at Mod the Sims, and I'm also using some of Nefaris, I don't know if I'm saying their name right, but Nefaris terrain replacements on Dreamwidth. I'll put those links to the sites either below, or I might put them on my website, put the links on my website and put that link down below to have everything all in one place. It's really super easy to set up the uberhood. You just have to pick which hood you want as your main, and the others you set up as just shopping districts. My main hood is Downtown, which I'm making over here in the video. I'm calling it SimCity because, you know, I'm so original and brilliant. I know. Thank you very much. Well, you know, SimCity is mentioned so much throughout the game, like in Chan's cards and everything. So I just thought, why not make Downtown, call it SimCity? You know, just make it into SimCity, right? You know. So right now I'm just beautifying the hood with hood deco. I've already placed the lots that I want in the hood, but you'll see I've moved some lots around as I make different areas in the hood. I'm gonna have a lower class area of converted factory buildings for the Sims to live in, a middle class that I'm calling Midtown. Most of the businesses are there, and there'll also be some townhomes and brownstones for the Sims to live in. I'm just placing the lots right now and gonna do all the makeovers as I go along. I already have Sims living in most of them. There's some empty lots, but most of them I put some Sims in. And then there's an upper class area, which is, I'm calling it the vampire quarter because that's where, you know, basically the vampires live. Right here is the vampire quarter. It's centered around the cemetery, Gothier green lawns, and you can see the House of Fallen Trees there in the back. The quarter is set up to look like New Orleans a little bit. I'll probably move the Vampire Club, the Kryptonite Club in this area since I want one of the vampire families to own it. So who are the vampire families, you may ask? Well, I resurrected the Tricos, and at first I was thinking that maybe some of them will be vamps and maybe some of them not, but the more I thought about it, I just thought, yeah, I don't care. They can all be vamps. And, you know, the main reason why I was thinking they should just all be vamps is because they used to live in the House of Fallen Trees, and in the basement, you know, the deep basement, there are 2 vampire coffins. So obviously there was some kind of vampires who were living there at some time. I have a theory about that I'll let you guys know when I get to start playing their house. So if you don't know who the Tricos are, they're all dead in Downtown when you first get the nightlife expansion. You first load it up. Some of the graves are at the House of Fallen Trees, and the rest are in the cemetery. But there's also these teen Downtownies that are related to one of the Tricos, John Smith, and they all list him as their father. So that gives you a way to resurrect the whole Trico family, which I'm assuming that's what the game wants you to do, because why would they have these 6 random teens with the same dead dad? I don't know. So if you resurrect John Smith, you know, really, I just call him Smith because who has the time to say John Smith all the time? If you resurrect Smith, he can then resurrect the other members of his family. So I resurrected him, and then I separated the families into their own homes. So Janelle, Kiernan, and Frakorith are all in their own place. Now Lissit, Kavornan, and Voduan, they have their own place. And Smith and Jennifer, I put them in the House of Fallen Trees. So if you don't know who the Tricos are, don't worry. these are going to be the first families that I'll play in the Let's Play, and I'll be making over their houses or building houses for some of them because they don't have a home. And yeah, but you know, really honestly, like, y'all, no one has ever told me how evil Vodouan is. Like, I thought everyone could just live in the House of Trees, House of Fallen Trees together, you know, very kumbaya, but she don't like nobody. It's kind of hilarious and sad, but all she would do is go and fight everybody. She'd fight her grandmother and fight her grandfather and fight her dad and fight her uncle. It was crazy. So I just had to separate all of them, you know, and for my own sanity, and they all have their own homes. But since Jennifer and Smith are all alone in that big house, I took the teens that were related to Smith, moved them in, and I made them all vampires too. So there's lots of vampires in SimCity. But you know, it's funny because it's like Jennifer and Smith had their own little umbrella academy for vampires. Like, you know, like a vampire academy, but not like the movie Vampire Academy, because that movie was awful. But you know what I mean, like, you know, and I even put them in little uniforms because I'm a nerd. Leave me alone. Okay, so anyways, I also made them not related anymore, because I wanted the vampires to stay together and add to the vampire clan, and, you know, have families, just a vampire family. So I couldn't really do that if they're all brothers and sisters, so I unrelated them. Okay. I also resurrected Renown in Gia. I made her a vampire, and she's living in her own house too. Living next door to the House of Fallen Trees is the Reaper household. And the Reapers, they're the only non-vampires who are allowed to live in the vampire quarter. So Grim Reaper has retired from reaping souls and he wanted to live by his favorite cemetery, Gothier Green Lawns. He rescued his son Nervous from the Beakers, and he moved Olive and her niece Ophelia into his mansion. Bonehilda also lives with them. She's their maid, and she likes to flirt with Grim every now and again. That makes Olive very mad. Olive has, or she will have because I'm still building it, but Olive has a hidden basement where she likes to, quote unquote, entertain her guests. You know, basically it's a torture dungeon because Olive is still a serial killer, but, you know, Grim has to keep her happy some kind of way. So in my hood, I'm keeping the supernatural Sims in the hood that I have designated for them, but Olive and Ophelia I made into witches. But I have them living in downtown because I wanted Grim to be by Gothier Green Lawns. But in my game, in my hood, all the witches are going to be in Belladonna Cove. And, you know, I was kind of thinking too that, you know, maybe Nervous will have his own mortuary, become a mortician or something like that. Just some kind of job that has to do with death, since he is the son of death. The rest of downtown is made up of various playables and townies and downtownies. Some of the Sims share the same last names in the game files, per the Sim Wiki. So these Sims, I made them related somehow, either by marriage, made them siblings, or, you know, parent and child. So Meadow Thayer, who is a teen townie, is now the daughter of Lily Thayer, who is an adult downtownie, and they live in one of the townhomes. Some of the Belladonna Cove playables, like Gabriel Green and Chastity Gear, now live downtown, but the wealthier Belladonna Cove Sims, like Armand de Bateau, he lives in Pleasant View, which is, I have as the wealthy hood. It's kind of like the Beverly Hills of Sim Nation. Strange Town's Kristen Lost and Aaron Beaker, you know, the singles household, they share a brownstone. But I left the Curious Girls in Strangetown because I don't know which one it is. I think it's Lola. She wants to beat up Kristen all the time. So, you know, I left them by themselves because I had to separate them. Patricia Wan and Cleo Shikibu from River Blossom Hills, they're now in downtown. Just because I was thinking that the younger single Sims would want to be in more urban areas, you know, closer to their jobs and such. They wouldn't want to really be out in the country. One of the families from Riverside, the Beta Hood, lives here now. That's the Molyneux family. Only because they have a French last name, so I thought they should live in the New Orleans-based Vamp Quarter. And I also made Miss Lucille from The Sims 1. She's living in the Vamp Quarter too. I originally just made her just so I can, you know, move the Sims from being townies and, you know, move them out into their own families. But I like her. She's so cute. So she gets her own place. But probably the most the most notable is Sandy Broody. She's the romance sim, you know, the romance townie with the flame jeans. Right now she lives downtown, and she's going to own the strip club, which was originally the Hub nightclub, and she's going to own a woohoo house. So I picked Sandy Broody because I absolutely love her. She's a romance sim, and she, like, literally she's my favorite sim after Cassandra Goth. And you know, she wants to woohoo 20 sims, so I'm gonna let her do that. So for Sandy Broody, I was thinking maybe I would come up with some kind of a woohoo house challenge or something where the only income she can receive will be from dates or woohoo. Like, I'll put a monetary amount on however many woohoos she does. I haven't really thought it through, but yeah, that's the only way I'm gonna have Sandy Broody make her money. And going back to Riverside for a minute, I just want to mention that I'm not going to actually use the Riverside beta hood. I still have all the Sims, but I moved them into different hoods. And why did I do that? Well, if you don't know, the Riverside terrain is the exact same template as Pleasant View. So, you know, I know myself, and I know that it will drive me bonkers if I have to decorate the same hood twice. And I tried different things, like I made it into a desert terrain, and then I thought, okay, I could turn it into the military base. But in the long run, I just kept Strangetown, the military base, in Strangetown, and right now Riverside is just sitting empty. And you know, there's also there's a sim that's a clone of Dina Caliente living in Riverside. And I really didn't know what to do with her because I didn't want two Dinas running around. So now I made her into an alien. She went back to her alien roots. So she's in the military. She leads the aerospace division. You know, and she's a romance sim, so I'm sure she'll be breaking the hearts of all the Sims all over Strangetown and every other hood. And you know, what if she gets involved with General Buzz, and she gets General Buzz to fall in love with her, even though he, like, hates aliens? Now there's a story. I'm definitely not done decorating downtown. I just really wanted to set it up so I know where the lower and the middle and the higher income sections were going to be. I kind of set it up so that where the airport and sports arena are situated, that's going to be the lower income area. So that's where, like, the factory buildings and Sandy's woohoo house are. The Midtown area is more middle income. That's where the town houses and the brownstones are. And the Vamp Quarter has the big mansion, so that's the higher income area. I'm sure after I play all of the Sims, I'm gonna, you know, subtract and add more to the decorations to the hood. I placed community lots from other hoods into downtown, but this might not be where their final resting place. I might move them around even more. You know, I don't know if it shows it very well in the speed build, but there is a little store called Come and Go Emporium or something like that, and you'll see me moving it around different areas, and that's because eventually I'm gonna expand Come and Go, and I'm gonna make it into like a big Costco kind of building, but I just don't know where I'm gonna put that building yet. So you might see it in speed build, me moving this like 1x3 lot around all over the place. I also think that I'm probably going to use the downtown area as like where the movie studios would be, like for the Sims that enter like those kinds of show business careers, whatever they're called. And that would be like the Hollywood type of area. Yeah, I'm from California, so I compare like all the hoods to places in California. So it's like, oh, that's Beverly Hills, oh, that's Hollywood. So, you know, sorry about that if you're from another country or someplace else and you don't understand what I'm talking about. But I also am gonna have an area. I have the stadium there for the athletic careers, and I put deco buildings for the hospital, the police station, the city hall, but I might change them and build actual lots as need be. I'm not sure yet. Right now I kind of like just having the hood deco there, but you know, there's probably going to need to be an actual police station or an actual hospital. So either I'll download one or download those, or I'll just build one myself. So what I'm planning on is that I'm going to be redecorating, redesigning, or building all of the lots in the hood before moving on to the next hood. So everything's going to be downtown for the first part, and then I'll get it all finished, and then I'll play all the Sims, and then I'll move on to like Pleasant View or Belladonna Cove or what have you. And then in the end, I'll probably do like, before I move on, I'll probably do like a short video showing the, you know, the final evolution of downtown. I used a lot of custom content for the neighborhood deco. So if you want to know where I got any of the content, just let me know. Just give me a comment down below. I also have a Pinterest, which is linked down below, and it has links to practically all of the CC I use to decorate downtown. But again, if something is missing and you're like, no, I really need to find that one thing, let me know and I'll find it and I'll give you the link. The buildings lighting up at night is a mod, as well as custom content, so that you can have those certain buildings light up. And it's mod by Cricket on Tumblr, and I'll put a link to their Tumblr down below. Sorry I took so long getting this video out. I downloaded a bunch of CC and I really had to whittle away at it because it was just way too much for my computer to handle. So yeah, I am a CC addict, unfortunately. So that took quite a while just for me to get through, because, you know, it was crashing because there was too many objects, blah, blah, blah. But there's just so much good CC out there that I wanted it all. So yeah, that's basically it for me talking. I don't know what else to say. I don't understand how people can talk for 30 minutes about their build. My hat's to you, you know? So next up is the Let's Build of the House of Fallen Trees, which I just started working on. And then there'll be the Let's Play of Smith and Jennifer Trico and their vampire teens, and then just rinse and repeat with the other residents of downtown. So I hope you'll join me. I hope you like the remainder of the speed build. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have any tips or tricks for any of the Sims or the lots. This super mega uber hood is a lot. I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea. But I'm actually having a lot of fun, especially playing with the supernaturals, because I never play with supernaturals at all. And, you know, this is different than my BACC, where I have to wait for things to unlock before I can build them, you know. Here, everything's done. The story's already set up, you know. Really, for me, though, it's harder, I'm finding, to remodel than just to build from scratch. But anyways, stick around for the final reveal of downtown. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and ring the bell so you won't miss any of my videos. I'll see you in the next one. Later.